lot. Now I request Mr. Sudhir Arya, mPesa lead Vodafone India Limited, to share his vision on how they are helping in the smart city ecosystem, or they can be helpful for smart city ecosystem. Thanks.
Good. This is a pleasure actually I never imagined that I would have two deputy chief ministers on the dais with me. I never knew that I would have such an august audience. So Elets, thank you so much for the opportunity to present not only safe travel, smart travel, but also smart money. mPesa was born in Kenya. We were born in 2007. In Kenya, around 30% of the GDP is actually on phones. So we are a very big, banking alternative already in Kenya. But that is not what I'm here to talk about. I'm about to talk to you about what's happening in India. We came to India around 3.5 years ago. And what we have done is that now the size of the business has increased. We're around 12,000 crores of turnover, and it's very large. But that's also not what I'm going to talk about. What I actually want to talk about is how we are helping or bringing about a financial inclusion in the digital space. And this financial inclusion actually is based on, how we understand technology and what is the easiest tool that we have to connect to technology. If you ask a layman what is technology, probably the phone comes to mind. And that is why we believe that the phone is going to be the driver. And that is what the core of Vodafone is, and that is what Vodafone mPesa is all about, bringing the mobile and the banking into your mobile phone. There is another way of looking at financial inclusion, and let's say what United Nations has to say about it. And please allow me to read. Access at reasonable cost to all households to the full range of financial services, including savings, deposits, etc. Sound and safe institutions governed by clear regulation, industry performance standards as good as banking, financial and institutional sustainability and continuity, and last but not the least, enough competition in the market to allow the customer to get the best deal. This is how UN looks at it. If I was to look at it as to what is the challenge in financial inclusion, then if you look at the picture, you'll find those triangles are the representatives of what is happening and where we have our bank branches. So in the urban cities or in the urban parts, we have a lot of bank branches, and most of us would have more than one bank account. Move a little bit out, and the bank branches drop. A little more out, and if you reach deep rural, then there are no bank branches. And see the irony, all the effort that has been put in and whatever we are able to do is actually deliver money into bank branches. There is corridor discussions, no statistical data, but approximately 30 to 35% of the money that is going into bank branches is not getting withdrawn. So what is the mPesa solution? We move into those places, we fill in gaps where there is no bank branch available. And I think we would know that mPesa is built on the distribution network of Vodafone. So we are deeply distributed. We are able to select retailers from those areas and convert them into an entrepreneur who, like the CSC, allows him to do a transaction where you can go and deposit cash and you can also withdraw cash. And because it is regulated, it is from, we are governed by RBI, each one of the agents is screened by ICICI. So if you look at the entire gamut, the ability to provide the last mile or secure banking becomes very important, and that is what mPesa is all about. So let's have a little bit more look as to what mPesa does. Primarily, mPesa allows companies, governments, enterprises to distribute money, and it allows collection of money. Let me take you into how we actually distribute money. Money moves in a digital platform. It is the tripartite agreement is between ICICI, Vodafone, mPesa, and the government. And this money is digitized, like doing an RTGS into a virtual account. That digital money can then be moved out into the public domain and given to beneficiaries of various schemes. So they could be Narega payments, they could be NRLM, NRHM payments, or even pensions. And we are doing some of that in various governments already. What would allow the customer is that he could use this money either to make bill payments, which is a merchant transaction, or more important, and I think the most important, is that he can also withdraw that money from that same outlet. So if you look at, let's take an example of a woman who has just delivered a child. She gets money in a bank, which is maybe yesterday, I think Shankar had shared that 8.5, 9 kilometers someone has to travel to get money. Now first she has to go and deposit that check, sir. Then she has to go again to find out whether the check has got credited, and then eventually she gets the benefit that is being given. Also, you can move money not only from a bank account to a mobile, you can move it from a mobile to a mobile. And that allows us to actually help migrant people who have moved from various other places to a central location for work to actually send back money home, not into a bank account, but into the mobile phone of the relative, and the encashment of that money happens within the village or near the village that they work in. So money moves is on mobile to the beneficiary. It is instant, and unlike banking, which would take some time, so you move money to the bank, it takes a couple of days to actually the BC to reach the beneficiary. Here the money is instant. Both the people, the recipient and the sender, get the required MISs. It's a digital platform. So all the benefits of MISs flow into the system, and that is what allows beneficiaries or people who need money to get it very close to their city. Let's share on how we allow collection to happen. So we have got SHG groups under NRLM and various other platforms. These people till now were collecting their money and had to physically travel to the bank, and that's why the group leader plus one person actually physically went to the bank. And even small amounts of even 1,000 rupees would take approximately 200 rupees to go and deposit. So you can imagine the percentage cost that was being borne by two people to go and deposit that money. Once they've started adopting mPesa, this travel to the bank is no more required. What they actually do is that they open an mPesa account on their phone, go to a shopkeeper in their village, deposit the cash at that shopkeeper, allow the shopkeeper to transfer mPesa into their digital money into their phones, and that money is sent through IMPS, which is instantly, and you know what was taking probably 3 to 4 days to deposit their savings is now happening within 3 to 5 minutes. The biggest advantage has been, of course, safety, and women don't have to travel, one day's job saved, has been that their credit rating within the banking system or the sister companies that have to give loans has actually gone up. So banks are more open to taking on SHGs which are paying digitally and whose meeting record can be set up. We are working not only in the government space, we are working in the enterprise space. So from the India, we work with Walmart, we work with SLR, Cox & Kings, Nielsen, but more importantly, we work with NRHM, we work with the NRLM teams. We are working with water ATMs because water has become a health issue, and people, companies and governments have given contracts to allow safe water to be available as one of the key parameters of health recognition, and the money that is being collected by the person running the ATM very quickly now comes back to the company, otherwise, or the government, otherwise it was taking maybe 3 or 4 days to come back to the government for water that had been sold. So we are using, maybe another example could be Jaipur rugs, where women in deep rural Rajasthan are taught how to weave, and their payments had to be sent, and payments moved from as cash from the company from 1st and would travel all the way till 15th, and that is when they got their salary. This no more happens. Now sitting in Jaipur, the Jaipur team only has to press a button. We have opened agents in those villages of Rajasthan. Money moves into the beneficiaries' mobile phones, and they are walking to those agents to go and pick up those phones. So we are working with DOSW, Department of Social Welfare, in dispersing pensions in Haryana, and that is a good time to reflect on what we started with as to what are the things that M-Pesa actually does on financial inclusion. We are including savings and deposits. It is possible for a citizen in any part of the city or any part of the state or any part of the geography to deposit and withdraw cash. And we allow money transfer services to the mobile phone to a bank account, and also allowing him to say, pay his bills, etc. So money transfer also becomes possible. It's a safe institution. We run in 12 countries. It's tested, tried, audited by RBI, licensed by RBI locally. And as I shared the Kenya story, 35% of the money of the GDP lying on phones is something we are very proud of. We are financial institution sustainability. We have grown from 12 countries. We are all over the country. We have the largest set of beeches in the country, 1,25,000 outlets where you can deposit and withdraw money. That's no mean achievement when all the banking infrastructure put together has been, 1,75,000 ATMs are there where you can only deposit money, you can't withdraw. And that too has cash problems, etc. And those are the challenges that we probably address through M-Pesa very effectively. Presently in the deep rural penetration areas, we don't see too much of competition, and that's why I marked the line in red. Because we still don't find other people who are able to digitize cash, deliver it to the last mile and extract it. That is because we are built on the Vodafone network. We have been recognized by the governments. Haryana government recognized us for digitizing and sending money into phones. We have been recognized by the Rajasthan government for helping allowing their SHG members no more having to travel, and the cost savings that we have brought in there. But it is not only the Indian government that is being recognizing us. We have been recognized by as the Glomo Awards. There's an award held in Barcelona. There are some 1,000 entries on mobile payments and solutions that are set up. Out of that, we're proud to share that it is the Indian unit. We are in 12 countries. It is the Indian unit which has been recognized, and specifically for working with the government. Some of you all may have got SMS, telling you all that money has been put into your phone. If you step out and go to our counter, you can actually withdraw it right here and now, It is that easy, and we had demonstrated it yesterday to some of you all that we had the opportunity to meet. And that actually has this thing. Okay, so we've got around 8 or 10 people who would have, we would have Mr. Piyush Sharma, Gauri Singh. These are random names that we just took numbers as you all registered and walked in. So this is, I think, our effort, Vodafone M-Pesa, to digitize the last mile. And I got a small video to share with you all. If I could run the video, please. To those people who have got money, please experience it yourself, withdraw the money, and I think then I'm sure the governments will be wanting to look at a digitized way of distributing money to the last mile. Thank you so much.